Yeah, I think if we didn't have a little hesitation or anxiety,
Something be wrong.
yeah, yeah. So all right, let's go do this.
Midweek update.
Welcome back, everyone. My name's Patrick.
I'm Patty.
And we have Truman and Bess, our little Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, joining us for another one of our midweek updates, even though technically it's airing on Sunday. And I would call it mid-month update, except it's almost the end of the month.
Maybe you should just call it like Sunday
Life update?
Sunday jibber jabber.
Sunday jibber jabber. So, well, we said we would be doing these on a more frequent basis because we have so much going on in our lives. And we know
crazy.
A lot of people, Patty, want to know what's going on. And so what we're trying to do is space them when there's newsworthy information.
Yep.
Like, we don't want to just do them every week to where it's just like, what did you do at work this week? But this week, we did have something big.
We did a thing.
And we did a thing. And let's just recap real quick for anybody who's going, what is going on?
So
let's
rewind.
Yeah. Take you back. About, I don't know, was it a month ago?
January, beginning of January.
Yeah.
Time.
Somewhere early January.
Yeah.
We put our house on the market.
Yes, we did.
And for those of you who know, our house is a split log home, 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Northeast Indiana. We listed it. 5 days later, we had 2 offers on it.
Yes, we did.
We accepted an offer, a very good offer.
Yes.
And this past Thursday night, we closed.
Yes, we did.
We officially no longer own Tall Pine Lodge.
Nope.
At least not on paper.
Nope.
Even though Jonathan has said, just stay and be squatters, you'll have more rights. But so we signed on Thursday night. Closing went fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
I did not know, Patty, that they would actually write us a check that big.
No, I did not either. So I know you were hoping it'd be something like digital transaction.
Well, I just assumed they would ask for a bank account where we want it sent to.
No, it was
it was a big check.
Too bad it wasn't a big check.
No, it wasn't that type of big check, but it was the largest check you and I have ever had in our lives.
It's like, oh boy, don't lose it.
I know, all the way home I was like, oh, I don't want to lose this.
Don't want to get robbed,
So we closed on Thursday night, and then I did take the check to the bank on Friday. Interestingly enough, my credit union said, we're going to need to call the title company just to confirm this check. And I'm like, I completely understand. I was shocked that they gave me a check this big. And obviously it was fine. So you might say, well, what are your plans?
Yeah.
Now that because we are going to be moving out 2 weeks. Yeah, really 2 weeks from
today.
Today, because you'll see this on Sunday. So 2 weeks from the day you're watching this, we will be moving into our RV.
Yes, we are.
And that will be our new home for the foreseeable future.
Right.
You know, I hate to put a number on it.
You just don't know. Yeah.
But here's what I will tell you.
This is what we think.
Number one, we're not going to live in our RV for the rest of our lives.
No, we're not.
Okay.
No.
I don't know that anybody that goes full time in their RV is going to live.
Expects to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people are always outraged on YouTube when somebody announces they're coming off the road. And I'm like, did you really think they were going to live in it their whole lives? So our thought process, which, can change.
Sure.
Our thought process is this is probably going to be a 2 to 3 year stint in our RV.
Yeah.
Could always go a little longer. May come off.
Sooner.
And when I say come off the road, our full-time situation is not
going to be like...
No, it's not going to be like KYD
no.
or these YouTube channels where they're moving around every week or every month.
No.
So
no.
There was another big piece of news on Friday.
All right.
Besides the fact that I had a really big check that I took to the bank and tucked away in a CD. And that was...
that I officially told my administrator that I was going to, I guess, resign from my position at the end of the school year. So, so I did that yesterday, and
so this will be your last.
My last. I know the number. 60 days
as a teacher.
As a teacher.
How many years have you been teaching full time?
Well, since the fall of 1999.
Okay.
So
a lot.
The fall of 24 would have been 25.
So this is 26. You're finishing your 26th year. Yeah. And I had already told my bosses at the community college, that I was planning to retire if the house sold. So my employer is not shocked. They were good either way. If the house didn't sell, they were fine. Obviously, I just finished. I think I'm finishing year 28.
I think you're always a couple ahead of me.
Yeah. And so I am officially retiring from the college.
Right.
Now, I can do that because I started on a retirement program that was pretty darn sweet. And what it does is when your years of service plus your age equals 75, you can retire from the college as long as, and there's like a little asterisk, you have to be 55. I actually qualified for the rule of 75 like 5 years ago or 6 years ago when I was 50. But the caveat is you have to be 55.
Right.
Now, I'm going to be 57 in September. So I've actually went a couple years longer. And you might say, what does that mean? And really what the big thing is my retirement from the college, even though I'm not old enough, obviously, to draw Social Security, I can't even touch my own retirement account until I'm 59 and a half. But we're able to keep insurance for us until we become Medicare eligible, just like if I was an employee.
Right.
Okay? Not like a COBRA where you have to pay 100%. I will pay just whatever the going rate is, just like if I was still on payroll. That's what we will pay for several years. And that's a huge savings. And that might be the only way we could do this.
Sure. Yeah, I know it is, because that's one of the, like, I guess the beauty of it is that I can go in his insurance, and then my retirement, I leave it alone.
So you're not retiring per se. You are just resigning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I leave my, I guess my, what do they call it? Your money you get, whatever, I forget.
Your retirement. You're not going to retire
pension,
from the state.
Yeah. I don't get my pension until I'm 59, because what happens is at the end of the year, my years of teaching ends, but then my age continues.
Because you have to get to the rule of 85, and you're a few years short. Normally, if you're working, so each year you get 2 years because you have another year of teaching, plus you got a year older.
Right.
The state told you just don't, unless you needed the money. You could have actually retired, but you would have had to take like a 25% deduction.
Something like that, yeah.
And they told her if you don't need the money, every year you're going to get 1 year. So it'll take twice as long to get to that magic 85.
Right.
And I think they told you, what, about 59?
Yeah, they said wait till I was 59, and then I can be able to...
You can apply to the state for retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is kind of what we're doing. So we're both leaving 20 plus years of teaching careers. And we're not retiring. Like everybody says, oh, congratulations, you're retired. I'm retiring only on paper.
Yeah.
Because we're not independently wealthy.
No.
And we don't get Social Security, and I can't touch my retirement, nor can Patty, for a couple more years. So I don't know that this is a big shocker, but just so everybody understands, last year I took a full-time job at Happy Acres Campgrounds.
Right.
And come fall, I guess I got promoted because at some point, I've told this story a couple of times, Angie last fall started introducing me as the manager.
Right.
So I'm going to be managing Happy Acres Campground for Angie and Kevin. And what's great about it is it's a 12-month job of sorts. I work 7 months here in Indiana, so we will park our RV at Happy Acres for April through the end of October.
Right.
And then in the winter months, I just have to answer the phone a few days a week. And honestly, I'm doing other things. Angie and I are in pretty constant contact because we're working out things like what merchandise are we going to have in the store for next camping season. And we're doing marketing. But what it does is they don't require me to be in Indiana. So for 5 months out of the year, we can finally go someplace, hopefully warmer than Indiana.
Why does, no snow.
No snow, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Although after this winter, there's a possibility we'll still get snow somewhere.
Snow, where we want to be. But my end, we started, if you guys know, I know some of you do, that in December of, what was that, 23?
24. 23. December 23.
Started an eBay business, Patty Ann Fashion, and that's been going pretty well, and we've really learned a lot of the last year. Patrick helps me a lot, and I was able to do a lot during the summer when I wasn't teaching, and so that's going to be what I'm going to be doing full time. So that's
Patty the entrepreneur.
That's going to be my thing. So right now we don't have to go out and do any thrifting right now because a lot of the things out of the house that we don't want anymore, we're going to try and sell on eBay. So yeah, so it's just going to be, that's going to be what I do.
Yeah.
Is I'm going to be going out looking for finds, doing the selling and doing all that on eBay. So
and there are resellers that is their full-time job. So, and the thing is, we were able to take the equity out of our house and pay off our truck and car. Our trailer was already paid off,
done,
and then we still have this pretty nice size amount of money.
It's going.
That has been put into a CD. So when we do get ready to buy our next place, we're either going to have enough to. I mean, in my world, I would love to pay for something. I don't know if we have enough to pay for it, but it'll at least be a significant down payment. For that. So we go into this with no actual reoccurring bills. Is that the right way to say it? Like, we don't have car payments. We won't have a mortgage. But we mentioned this, I know, on the podcast. I don't know if we ever mentioned it to all of you, but we went through last year when we started planning this out.
Right.
And we made a budget. And debt-free living is not free.
No.
Because I think we came up with a budget of about $32,000 a year, and that's not doing anything fun. That's just minimum, because you still have, even though you don't have debt, you still have bills. We have to have insurance on our cars.
Right.
We have to insurance on us.
Yes.
These guys have to go to the vet once a year, and they like to eat. Okay. We like to eat.
Yeah.
We like to go out to eat. We like internet, and that costs money. We like streaming services, that costs money. So it really adds up. But what's nice is when you don't have a mortgage, you don't have all these car payments, there's like a major burden lifted off of your shoulders. And so we don't need, even though we are taking a massive pay cut, we have come to the conclusion money doesn't make us happy or do things.
Right.
In fact, I would say one of the things, and I think you feel the same way, as we have cleaned out this house, and I would say we're probably 90% moved out.
I think so. We've realized, I know I have, that I don't need a lot of things. I've accumulated a lot of material things that I never even used, or very rarely used, or I don't need it anymore. I don't need
we
all
got
this
rid
stuff.
of so much stuff because we were going through closets and crates, and we're like, stuff we didn't even know we owned, and we're like, why did we buy that? And Charity and Ben from Grateful Glamper always use the slogan, experiences over things, because that's kind of their motto. They would rather take a vacation than buy a tangible item.
Right.
And that's kind of, I think, where we're at, that we'd rather be happy, and not necessarily buy as much stuff, if that makes sense.
Right. So, exactly. Yeah.
So now we've got the house sold. That was like a major hurdle.
Yes.
And then by selling the house, we were able to go ahead and let our employers know that we're not coming back.
That was my thinking. Yeah.
And now I've already rented a site over at our local KOA for 1 month, because Happy Acres won't be open until April. Hopefully we'll get the water turned on, hopefully by April 8th.
All weather dependent.
Yeah, it's all weather dependent. So I already paid for a site over at the KOA. We'll be over there until we can move into Happy Acres. I think we're both really excited about this. I would say maybe I have a little, but I go through this every year before we move into the RV.
It's always like,
but once I'm in the RV again, it's like you don't want to move out. And so, no, I think, fear is a very powerful tool.
Oh, yeah.
And so many of I'm not going to speak for other people, but for us, many times fear has held us back from doing things or trying new things. And, somebody asked me like a year and a half ago when I started talking about this at work, they said, aren't you scared to quit a job of 28 years, 27 years? And I said, yes.
Thanks for scaring the bejeebers.
No, what I said, I said, yes, I am. But I'm more scared of not taking this opportunity and in 5 years looking back going, why didn't we take that risk and go for it? And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like too many times when I was younger, there were things I wanted to do, but I was too scared to take that chance. And I think as I've gotten older, I've just first of all, you only get one life. There's only one shot at this. If you screw it up, there's no do-overs.
Well, it's kind of interesting if you look back, like things have just kind of fallen into place because,
it feels like it's meant to be.
Yeah. It just seems like it's, there's been a few little hurdles here and there, minor, but it's like, it just seems like this has kind of been the progression.
I mean, Angie and Kevin offering me a full-time job last year. That was like fell in my lap. It's that's kind of what we had talked that I wanted to do was work at a campground. And then, you know, the house selling so quickly to the perfect couple.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it has just been, and that's when you realize, like, this, you know, my mom always used to say, if it's meant to be, it'll happen.
It'll happen, yeah.
And that's why I feel like this
Yeah, nothing's been
meant to
forced here. It's
No.
just like, it's been easy peasy. So, yeah.
And I mean, I couldn't be more excited to be,
it's gonna be
you know,
good.
I say work for Angie and Kevin, but I feel like with them, that it's not just, well, it started as a friendship and it continues to be a friendship, and you and I both want to help them be successful. I know they want us to, you know, be successful. I just think it's going to be a great partnership. And no, I don't, when I use the word partnership, please understand, we own zero interest in the campground.
None.
But I'm one of those people, when I go to work at a place, I feel
It
ownership.
becomes, you take
it's personal.
pride.
Yeah.
There's pride there.
So, but I just don't want anybody going to the comment section going, did you buy the campground? No, we don't have that kind of money. Even now that we have a big check.
Well, big to us.
We might have enough now to buy one site. Maybe not.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But
So
anyway.
all right. So there's our update. I mean, anything else that's going on in our lives at this point would really be trivial compared to this.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for all of you taking time out. Those of you that stayed to the end of this video, we appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you.
On down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.